Hello guys, thanks for tuning in back to my channel, and if this is your first time seeing me in YouTube, I'm JV and this is the WalkingJ channel. So I'm discussing about Canada immigration, living and working in Canada, as well as some personal life experience that I'm happy to share with you. If this interests you, please consider subscribing to my channel as I upload my vlog every weekend. So for today's topic, I'm gonna share to you how we migrated from Philippines to Canada by the year 2015. Though it might be a little different process by now, we still have the same basic requirements in order to submit the application. We went through the economic class federal skilled worker migration. That means our skill at work are needed by Canada on that year. Way back in the Philippines, sometimes in the early 2010, my fiancé, now my wife, and I are both working and independent from our own family already. I did work as an accounting analyst and eventually I became a supervisor in a business process outsourcing company in Manila, while she did work as a medical technologist in a hospital. As we are in the long-term relationship and for economic reasons, we decided to live together and to combine our household expenses. By that time, we didn't have any plan in going to Canada, but we were always thinking of going abroad anywhere as long as it is a developed country, such as Singapore, US, UK, Australia, if we have a chance. So after 2 years, my wife's classmate and friend in college who had migrated in Canada encouraged us to follow her. We got really inspired on how her life is going on. We don't have any family in Canada and we didn't have any idea on how to apply for the migration. So to overcome that, we researched for it, but it seems that it was too complicated to study it. So we went to a Canadian immigration consultant in the Philippines for 30 minutes orientation about migrating to Canada. We were really got motivated by that time. The immigration consultant assessed our qualifications and we were glad to know that we can migrate to Canada. By 2014, the accounting supervisor skills were deemed to be needed in Canada. I became the principal applicant while my fiancé by that time became my common law partner. In Canadian law, common law partner means that you have a conjugal partner that lives with you for a minimum of 1 year. Comparing to the migration process before and after, the significant difference is we didn't need a job to migrate in Canada. As long as our current skills were deemed as in demand by that year, as well as we don't have inadmissibility issues to Canada, then we should be fine and on our way to be approved. So here are the requirements that we prepared, as well as the ones that you will need to invest before you apply for Canadian immigration. I have 7 requirements here that you will need to do. Number 1 is the educational credential evaluation. Your education, as long as they were finished outside Canada, you will need to have it evaluated by the World Educational Services. WES is the one that who assess your equivalent education if taken within Canada. The higher your education is, the more qualification points you get. Beside from your post-secondary, the WES will also need your high school transcript in evaluating. English assessment. You will need to prepare your English or French skills for the language evaluation. The more effective communicator you are in terms of speaking, listening, reading, and writing, the higher qualification points you get. Financial situations. In our time, you will need at least 600,000 in your bank account and it is advisable that it stayed there for 6 months or more. Good thing I got my family contributed and supported me on this one. 4th, work experience. Make sure that your job title and the work that you do match with the Canadian job title and description. You can find that information in this website. Then you will need a certificate of employment for every company that you work in. 5th, medical history. Make sure that you don't have a disease that is communicable. As per Canadian immigration law, they don't accept applicant that is likely to be danger to public health and safety. 6. Police clearance. Make sure that you don't have any criminal cases in your name. 7th, if you're married, just the marriage certificate is enough. But if you're in common law, make sure that your name and your partner is listed in your copies of joint bank account, copies of leases, utility bills, life insurances, photos together, and affidavit of cohabitations. Continuing to our story, we completed and submitted our papers to our immigration consultant, and they reviewed it in 3 levels, just to make sure our paper is ready and no missing components. By May 2014, it was officially submitted to Canada Immigration Office. Then after almost a year of waiting, we get the final positive result by June 2015. Then we informed our employers about our plan and resigned to our work after a month. We landed in Canada as a permanent resident, however, we didn't have a job yet to support our cost of living. How we survived in Canada for the first 6 months would be a different story, so please wait for that video. Thanks a lot guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this story and I hope you learned something from this. Please feel free to comment if you have questions, as I do reply to every comment that you make. Thank you and I hope to see you again. Bye for now.